Greetings, SpeedGaming 2 and all you wonderful people. This is our third place Chrono Trigger Justice Tournament. I will be your master of ceremonies. I am Girl Esper, and joining me is Roshana.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, actually. So, do you want to tell our fine, esteemed viewers what they can expect tonight?
Sure. So tonight we're having the third round, as Esper has stated, and we are going to have boss randomization as well as gear randomization. We have hard items, and the healing items are also randomized, so the amount that they heal will also be randomized. Additionally, there's boss spot HP, so there's a specific HP. There's specific HP that they're going to have at each spot location, so that helps provide some predictability for our raiders of each of those bosses. And finally, there will be no free menu glitch. This is a glitch that happens at a specific location between the end boss fights that usually extend that window a little bit to make it a little easier to hit. But since we are in the final rounds, that will be a much shorter window, only a few frames for our runners to get. So that is what we're expecting to see this evening, and I believe we're starting our runners off very soon here.
Yes, our runners, I probably should have introduced them. We have Korenth on the left and I'm All In on the right.
Yes, these are both excellent runners. They have been fighting their way through this tournament, and this is the top of the round of the losers bracket. So whoever wins this set of 3 games will go on to face Zelfer in the final.
Which will also be a good game, so stay tuned. But for now, we are starting with a Luca Nadia seed.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, they're half the way towards Antipode 3, which is nice.
Yes, that's a great AoE. Luca is one of many runners' favorite characters to get. She's an incredibly powerful mage. And Marl is one that used to be not so popular, but there have been some changes versus the vanilla game. So she's a little more popular now. Kind of rebalanced her speed, and did we change one of her spells? I forget that one.
Yes, we did. There's re-raise, I believe.
Yes, re-raise replaced one of the spells. Thank you. Yeah, replaced the Cure Life 2? Yeah.
No, I don't think it replaced Life 2. I think it might have replaced... I legitimately don't know what it replaced, to be honest with you.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, so one thing that's going to be really interesting is to see what we come up with for our third character. Like, we could have a girl power seed, like Lord Batsy suggested, or we could run into, like, Frog or Robo or Chrono, or, it's kind of up in the air, because this group gives you a good healer, it gives you a good mage, but you're low on the physical.
Right. We've seen some previous seeds with I think these two characters plus Magus, which is a great caster mage team, but is a little bit hard on some of the fights where you need some physical damage.
Especially if you're going through the Black Almond. I mean, like, it is a good group until you get to Zeal 2. Then it's just the. So, I'm all in restarting. I'm not sure quite.
I think he had some sort of issue there. So I think he's back to doing his initial routing. Korenth has just finished going through the desert to pick up some items.
And nothing worth writing home about quite yet. Some basic shopping though, so we know our heals are at least. I haven't seen anything else worthy of note.
I don't think I saw them check the snail stop. Well, that'll be in the other time zone, so they'll be checking that soon. I'm all in setting up his Xenon bridge so that he can do that check later. Here goes Korenth on the snail stop.
Yep. And it is a gate key.
Key.
Oh.
Go ahead and explain why that's significant for our viewers.
Okay, so what the gate key is going to do for you is it's going to unlock the 65 million BC time era, which can let you another character and a couple other checks here and there. The really big important one is that also unlocks the end of time, so you can unlock your magic. Because in Jets of Time, if you have like your, I think it's Chrono, Nadia, Luca, and Frog, you need to actually have them talk to Specchio to learn magic. If you don't talk to Specchio, you have 3 techs. That's it.
Yep. So real important to get that one. Korenth, as you saw, probably it looks like he sold some items. Oh, excuse me. And got that gate key. And he's also doing now the carpenter check, which is basically kind of a one free key item that just you can pick up at the start. And I'm all in doing his initial grinding to get some techs. So we'll see what he gets here.
Some shelters, baby. I know that you can get shelters.
Yes, he did pick up the free shelters as well. Those are really needed.
Oh. A chrono trigger too? Wow.
All right. Cool.
That's going to be interesting.
The chrono trigger is one of the necessary items for go mode. You want to talk about our 3 go modes, Esper?
Okay, so here we go. We have the Black Almond. And to get to the Black Almond, you're going to need the gate key, you're going to need the pendant, and you're going to need Chrono's clone. That'll get you up into the Black Almond to fight ZL2, and with the game that we're playing, ZL2 is also the end boss.
Technically, I believe you need the egg instead of the gate key. You can do it with pendant, clone, and no gate key. But it is easier if you have magic unlocked.
Yeah. Way easier. That's neither here nor there, sort of. The second one is going to be the one that I've seen a lot in the tournament, is the Magus's Castle unlock, so basically what you do is you get the broken blade, the broken hilt, and frog, and then you can do the best cutscene in the game. Go into Magus's Castle, work your way through it, beat Magus. It'll drop you off in 12,000 BC. You go up, you go through the Undersea Palace, and you fight Lavos. The third one would be, I think this one is called the Tyranno lair one, where to get this one you need the ruby knife, you need the dreamstone. I believe you need the pendant too.
You need the gate key because you need to open the prehistory.
The gate key, that's right.
Yep. So they have that one. So right now we've got 1 item for the Tyranno go mode and 1 item for the Black Omen go mode.
Yes. But yeah, you get those 3 items, then you go through the Undersea Palace again and go and fight Lavos. And it looks like we're still doing shopping trips. Mid-tonics are healing. Did we see how much they're healing these days? I did not.
I did not catch what they're healing. People are picking up a few of those. You want some initial shelters, revives, mid-tonics, ethers, and heals as you get going at the start. But we are on hard items, so they have a lot less money than they normally would have for a Jet's Seed.
Not only that, but the healing items with the hard items, I think, is also equipped. They will heal a random amount of HP, and it's usually less than you normally get.
It can be more, which is nice when that happens. Same with the ethers and mid-ethers. They can heal more or less, but it can be a bit of a difficulty or a boon, depending on how they've rolled.
Yeah, typically it's a difficulty because that's just how things work.
The other thing you'll also see during this, which I initially mentioned, was gear randomization. So the stats on the gear, specifically the bonuses of like shield or magic defense or what have you, can be the same as normal. They can be removed. That's when you'll see a minus on its name. Or it can be replaced with some other one which will give you usually a question mark. And then if it's better, it will give, if it has a plus, it'll show that. So as our runners are picking up gear, they're going to be paying attention to those changes. So it looks like our initial skills are not so great. Korenth just had, I think we got Hypno Wave and Provoke and like Kira 2, and so it's going to be a little tough clearing these initial Nagas here to get their third character.
Yeah, I think Luca got Protect and Hypno Wave, which is just terrible, and Nadia actually got something useful, Cure 2. And
Well,
Provoke.
useful, not so great for clearing enemies, though.
Not exactly, no.
In an ideal world, you'd get something like a Fire 2, or a Ice 2, or a Flare, something you can use to clear out all of the enemies in one turn on this fight.
Yes.
This will be slow going because both Marl and Luca have low attack powers, so
Yeah,
looks
so,
like I'm all in's doing a check in the woods right now, looking for who's that character there. Knowing what that character is can be really helpful for determining whether or not you want to go to the back of Cathedral or climb in Prehistory the Dactyl Nest.
yeah, so let's see who's hiding. It's Frog. So kind of a vanilla Frog there. We know where he is, so if we find the sword type stuff, then we might have a decent attacker. The new dropped by to say hi.
No.
There we are. I'm sorry.
Again, I saw Haste as Marl's third tech, and I don't know if that was Flare on Luca or something else. Hopefully chat saw it.
Yeah, haste is always useful because if you're in like a really iffy boss battle, for example, you cast haste and you're hitting significantly more often. Oh, so
Korenth cutting it close here, but I think
Wow.
he'll probably be okay.
I think so.
All of these runners really know what they're doing when it comes to these fights. So this early, you can see that they're only doing a little bit of damage. They'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm all in already going to the end of time, so he's gonna unlock magic super early, so he's gonna be able to benefit from like the Hecarim cave check when they get there.
Yeah, there's a lot of MP tech points you get there for going through Hecarim Cave. It's one of my personal favorite dungeons to do because of that. Get a lot of good XP early, and the boss isn't too hard.
Chrono!
Hey, Chrono! All right, well, let's see what he has. Hopefully, something like Confuse or Lightning 2 would be really nice to see on him.
So, this is kind of an interesting play that I'm all in did because I completely forgot when you unlock magic, you get all 3 of your techs.
That's right, yes. And so that way he gets those unlocked and doesn't have to do that. I think Korenth is probably going to immediately after Cathedral go do that. I did see him unlock End of Time, like go through the pillars to get it unlocked, but I suspect he wanted this third character there so he doesn't have to double back. I'm all in. When he picks up Chrono, we'll have to go back to the End of the Time to get Chrono's unlocked.
Yeah, so that's kind of...
But I think he was hoping to get a screen clear to do this, which we already know is not a screen clear, but that's okay.
Did I just see Tonics healing 86 HP?
Yep.
Wow. That is a significant amount. So that's going to be good. Is there
helpful at the beginning. We'll see what our other... Oh, mid-tonics rolled low, though, at 172 there.
Ugh.
That's a bit rough.
Yeah, but, I mean, it kind of all depends greatly on what you find where.
I'm all in. Lucas' third was Mega Bomb. That's actually very good. You can see he cleared those 3 Nagas very quickly and can just take out that 4th one.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. I mean, there are worse things you could have gotten, like Actually, I'm not sure if there is anything.
Fire one would have been worse on her. Hypno wave, and that would be not ideal.
Yeah, protect, hypno wave, and fire one. That's yeah. We still don't know what Chrono had.
We don't know. But I think Korenth is gonna go do that right now. Yep, looks like he's exiting, and we'll probably go unlock magic for all three of his characters right now.
Okay, so one character we're not going to see. They're going to be locked behind the cathedral, but that's all right. For all we know, he could be happy with this team for his end game team.
Oh, looks like he's climbing Dactyl Nest. Okay, looks like he wants to. Maybe he's looking for Robo for clearing the desert. You can climb and run from most of these fights. Chrono's pretty fast, so it makes it possible to do that.
Yeah, there are some skips here that at this low level you're going to want to take, because those winged apes will wreck you. They will. As we saw, that ape threw Chrono, and he was not happy. No. Well, he got really tired all of a sudden. Ethers are healing 11 MP, so that's marginally better than vanilla. Yep. And so it's we're currently, when we're right at the beginning like this, a lot of the runners have their own kind of routing through their different locations. So Korenth might be a little bit ahead this early, but it's going to be very Korenth going for that skip. Oh, well done. Oh, nice. Very nice. That's a frame perfect skip there for people that don't know. It's quite tricky to get. And then there's a second one coming up here soon. Which is right here, right? Yeah. Pause buffering that skip. Well done. Good pause buffering there. And I'm all in is all out, and Magus. Oh boy. Oh, interesting. That's some things to think about. I personally enjoy Magus once you have his text open. And it looks like Korenth is putting him in because he doesn't have a good sword for Chrono right now. Sorry, did I say I'm all in? I meant Korenth. My apologies. Yeah. Wow. And Korenth has got... I'm all in has gotten Chrono his magic. And looks like Korenth is doing the same thing. So we'll see if I'm all in decides to go for that other character or not. Well, I did see him dip into the cathedral and then just walk out, so he might be doing the same thing that Korenth is and decided it's not worth it. Yeah, so Robo could be at the back of the cathedral or could be in the future at this point. Chrono has Luminaire, which is very helpful. Oh, nice. The only problem with Luminaire is it is kind of expensive. It's true, and especially with hard items and the lower money you start with, those 11 ethers will help this, but it's still a lot of MP to go through. Yeah, like you're tossing 2 ethers, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but I mean, you do what you got to do. He can't even cast it right now anyway. So I think he needs a little bit more levels on Chrono to do that, yeah. And then he'll need to heal that up so we'll have enough MP. Yeah, until then we're just kind of working with I saw life. Working with Mega Bomb basically. There he goes. Now he has enough to cast that. Okay, so shelter, it's not bad. Yeah, I'm seeing chat saying that they could possibly get lucky with studs, and they could. I mean, it's true. You could get one dropping soon. Studs are great. Oh, absolutely. Looks like Korenth is going for Team Magic here. Oh boy, that's I mean, I don't disagree with the Team Magic thing at all. I mean, it's very powerful. But if we run into like the pendant and Chrono's clone, we might regret that a little bit because
And you can manage doing Zeal with Mega Bomb and Dark Bomb on Magus. It can do a pretty good amount of damage between those two.
yeah, you
And
can.
Antipote 2 also can hit Zeal without any issues of counterattacks on that.
Yeah, but I mean that's one of the reasons why I like the girl power is you got your chemist, you got your mage, and then you have Ayla, and you can use like Blaze Kick and just do Blaze Kick.
It looks
Ooh.
like Korenth is going to go check what's at Xenon Bridge here.
We'll see if it's worth keeping or not. I didn't see if he saved or not, did he?
I think he did, yes.
Okay. For those who don't know, the runners will save there, so if they get like a crappy item like the jerky or something like that, they can just reset. And Korenth says,
Let's Thomas Pop, which opens up a new dungeon and a new check. So it looks like he's going to go through it and open it up.
Yeah. So he's going to have to fight. Oh, and we'll also see our first boss.
Yes, which will be randomized.
And Xenon Bridge, I've seen give good stuff more than once. I remember one runner one time was running through and they were dropping prism specs.
Yes, yeah, you can get a lot of good things off of Ozzy at here on this. So we'll see what he's got. Xenon Bridge boss usually has 2,052 hit points.
All right, so we're holding on for 2052, and remind me because I don't recall. We know that Zombor is a 2-part boss, so are we going to need to run into another 2-part, or can it be a 1-part?
It can be a 1-part, and it could also be a different 2-part. So that's no longer a constraint. It can be any of the aboves of the bosses. The only bosses that you can't have are Dragon Tank.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's always vanilla. And unfortunately, they're not dropping anything really decent. They're dropping full tonics.
Well, nice to have those in your back pocket, but obviously not quite ideal. I'm all in, about to finish off Hecarim Cave and start their boss there.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna see what's going on here.
Korenth being nice to the stream and giving us the alternative Brid music there. Oh, we've got a Mega Mutant.
Oh boy.
Well, we've got Luminaire. Let's see. Mega Mutant has. Let me get those hit points for us. At the top of Mega Mutant has 1,050, and the bottom has 1,050.
That's not too terribly bad, depending upon. I'm sorry, I was looking.
Oh, they're putting out good damage here. They'll be all right.
Oh no! Really? The Elder Spawn.
That's a bit tricky there. So let's see, especially considering the techs that they have
are not super great. Wow. That is some serious
So Elder
garbage.
Spawn, the head is going to have that 2,052. The shell does have a 2,770, but you don't want to attack that shell.
No, that's a great way to get a TPK.
So it'll be interesting to see if Korenth decides to melee his way through this or not. Looks like he's going for it, but this could be a bit of a
Bit of a
fight.
slog, yeah. And I'm all in has finished off the mutant, looks like.
Yep, so he'll be picking up his key item from that check soon.
We'll see if it's any sort of progression.
Chat being amused at Magus at the bridge. Yeah, it's great having him beat up on Ozzy.
Yeah, but Ozzy, he was just a tool. What do we got? A jerky! Oh, that's...
Well, I mean, this early, it could be a really good item. Maybe it's a rainbow for Chrono. That would be fabulous. So
Yeah.
I expect he'll go turn that in.
Yeah, rainbow.
And then do some other checks.
Could be a swallow.
Could be.
Come on, pet the cat.
I think a little easier to pet the cat on the way out. You save a few frames that way because the cat comes to you.
I put the cat on the way in and out. Okay, so run verified.
Validated run, yes.
Yes, yes. Now, do we decide if saving Fritz is needed to validate the run or not?
I think that only applies if you're the runner 1 free Fitz.
Yeah. I saw him play a seed, and he did not save Fritz. I'm all in is actually doing that jerky check, and Korenth, against all odds, beat the other spawn and got a flint edge for Chrono.
All right, that's not too bad. Mid-tier item there. Let's see what I'm all in's got for that jerky.
And it is the prism. Wait, the prism helm question.
Yeah, so it means that the prison helm got the base parts of the prison helm got replaced with something else, and it's unsure whether it's an upgrade or not. So, looks like Korenth is going straight for that Toma's pop, or at least opening it right now. Oh, speed +3 on that prism helm. How nice! Ooh,
wicked.
Yeah, give that to Luca. That's fabulous. It probably doesn't have its protect and its status immunity, but it's still a nice trade there.
I did think I saw shield, so it's not a bad piece of kit. In any case, even if it were like a negative, it's still better than the hide caps.
Yes, absolutely. Would still replace that, but that speed is fabulous to have on Luca.
Absolutely. Is Luca, I think the girls in general, aside from Ayla, are just kind of slow. And it's kind of depressing. So you hope for the haste helm.
And now our runners are swapping what they've just done. Korenth going for the Hecarim Cape. I'm all in, going for that bridge check.
Yeah. So Korenth might have a better go of it because Magus, I saw, at least knows lightning too.
Right. He won't have to use as many ethers as I'm all in did, because I'm all in had to use Luminaire.
Yeah. Not to mention that Magus's ice, fire, lightning in the randomizer at least costs only 4, whereas Nadia, Chrono, and Luca, when they're casting their 2s, it costs 8.
Now, this is because Magus's is a little less powerful than the other versions of that spell, but it's a balance that was put in.
Yeah, so really when you have Magus, you're kind of crossing your fingers and hoping for your shadow spells. And I saw that the next spell that he's learning is Dark Mist, which is
a nice spell to use, yeah.
It is, yeah. It's actually pretty quick, too. And it appears as though Pyro has informed us that Luca starts at 6 speeds, and Jet's apparently bumped it up to 8. So, yeah, Luca, slow girl still.
Yep, but that +3 speed is very good to her. Good to her for this.
Absolutely. So I saw fire. I saw a life 2. I also saw one of the Nadias learned re-raise. And the way that re-raise works is it's basically a castable green dream.
Exactly. You cast it, and then if that character dies, they get re-raised.
Yeah, that has saved my bacon more than once. It's actually probably saved all the raiders more than once. And I've
definitely had final boss fights where it was just constantly casting re-raise. Definitely been there.
Yeah, if you look at I'm All In, the Prism Helm does give shield. As Luca's, wow, that's a...
yeah, haste and shield, good combination on that Prism Helm.
Absolutely. So it's more of a physical kind of thing, but
Well, given Luca's lower physical defense, that's a nice balance to have.
Yeah, it's just normally the Prism Helm gives, I think it's Shell, I think
it gives both shield and protect, so in defense against magic and physical. So I think it switched the magical defense for the speed 3, which, like, on Luca, absolutely I'd take that.
Yeah, I would too, absolutely. All day, every day. I'm All In is getting into his fight with the other Levo spawn.
Oh
Using
yes, yeah. Rithrix did point out that we got that menu skip there. I've tried that one many a times. It's a very tight one to get on the bridge. So good job on him. That way he had all of his mana he needed for this boss fight.
I didn't actually know you could do it on the bridge. I thought it was only like a Levos.
Yeah, there is a few frames to do it. It's right when the characters. My understanding, it's right as the characters get together, run back together after the fight. So.
Yeah, that sounds
But I haven't.
tight.
Very tight. Korenth making quick work of the Mega Mutant there. And these runners are doing a fantastic job with these fights. This is going to be a close race, I think.
Yeah, they're just kind of trading. They're basically kind of identical on the checks, except for I'm All In has got the jerky, and that's about it.
Yep. Yeah, Korenth will probably go turn in that jerky. I'm All In will finish off this fight, and they're pretty equivalent. Although, I guess Korenth has run up and gotten Magus, but I'm All In just might not go do that.
Yeah, he might be happy with this party. I mean, if you get a decent item for Chrono, it can be a really good party. Another big question is, how far down the tech tree is Confuse?
I think Chrono has Confuse at this point. So he's just using. They're using the fire sword right now, because that's the dual tech that they have.
Yeah, so that's not a bad gig. Okay, let's go shopping. We have ethers and full tonics in prehistory.
One thing we might also see our runners do is pick up the rock in prehistory here. With gear randomization, the rocks can be used, can have some sort of plus added to them. And so you can get, I've seen rocks with prison specs ability on them. I've seen them with status immunity. You can get some really nice rocks sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes the techs that go with them are really nice to have.
There is the within the Jets community a legacy of the blue rock where it was one of the runners was a bit behind and spent a bit more time picking up some better items, and then got the rock and pulled out a win just from the sheer amount of damage they were doing from the blue rock's Omega Flare.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
It was a lot of fun. It's a tough one. I believe that Korenth is very anti-blue rock as a runner, because I believe it was actually versus him in that race. So now we got them both. Runners have gone into Reptite lair, and it looks like I'm All In's trying to go get the secret tunnel.
Yeah, secret tunnel is good, and Insane Pyro. What we're talking about is actually Omega Flare. I haven't seen Dark Eternal used in a Cadillac Cup run yet, but there's still games left to be played. We'll see what happens. So it looks like I'm All In got his secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel through the mountains.
I saw Wythric saw that they picked up a rainbow gun.
Oh, interesting. Not that you use physical attacks on Luca too much, but it can be fun. The joy of gear rando is that the high-end items can all swap around their abilities. So you could have a Crisis Mune, you could have the Dark Scythe, the Scythe's ability, the Doom ability on people. Oh, do we have a vanilla Reptite here? I think this is Nizbil 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Question is do we have... Oh, well, we'll just apply a lot of magic damage to him, so not a problem.
Yeah. So, lightning 2 and then just kind of... just beat the crap out of him, I guess. Pardon my French. So, I'm All In. Also picked up a Waste Helm.
Oh, that's always sad to see. For those that don't know, the Waste Helm is the haste helm where the haste has been replaced or removed, because we'd much prefer to have a haste helm as runners.
Yeah. So seeing like the waste helm just kind of makes you cry a little bit on the inside, and occasionally on the outside.
I'm sure I'm All In would have preferred to get the rainbow for Chrono instead of the rainbow for Luca, but that's okay.
Is he not going to equip it?
I mean, if you're not physically attacking with Luca, it probably doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm All In is happy with this group because he's starting to use tabs on them, so we're seeing who he's going to keep.
It looks like we're equipping the waste helm anyways, just because its base stats are much better than the hide cap.
Yeah, and not equipping that rainbow gun, that's going to bother me.
I don't think I saw another gun. Is he still using the base gun on Luca?
Yeah, I think he's still using the air gun.
Yeah, if he had a gun that had some other stats on it, I could understand that. But maybe he just doesn't care. So saving the frames.
Yeah, that would bother me to no end, though. You have no idea. So we have synchronized Nisbel.
Yep, it's always great when this happens.
Yeah, we don't see many high fives. Well, actually, most games do tend to have very similar routing. Ooh, Korenth could be in trouble now.
Well, yep, we'll see. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
yep. Oh, but he does have a re-raise out. Oh, good, good.
Very well played, sir.
Korenth just pushing for the kill is what I'm seeing him go for here.
Yep, just kind of Hail Mary.
Oh, there he goes. He got it.
Nice. Well played. I'm All In is doing pretty well, doing his setup still, so we'll see how long.
He's been doing some regular damage and getting his hastes out there.
So I saw that Nisbel is dropping an elixir, and we get the pendant.
Oh, the pendant. Ooh, okay. This is now a fully open seed, so runners can go wherever they like.
After they, submit themselves to a trial, that is.
Yes, the pendant will open up future by going through the trial and defeating the dragon tank, and which will also charge the pendant and allow them to open up the chests, the sealed chests, and get a lot of good items.
And the doors in the future, which also has some pretty slick items as well.
That's entirely true.
Yeah, so the big thing is if you're going to the future, you're probably maybe looking for a character. You might check the Aura Stone. You can do Son of Sun, which could be a good check or not.
Son of Sun could be a little bit hard at their level right now. So Aris Dome is a pretty good check because the boss level is not too difficult. Plus you get that extra door with the gear. So I suspect after checking the character location, Korenth will go there.
And I'm crossing the runners might be crossing their fingers, hoping they don't have to go to the worst dungeon in the game, Genodome.
I have some people who really like Genodome. But we'll see if we'll get an early Geno or an early Mount Woe soon too.
It is just bumper bot. Really gets under my skin. That and I don't know the skip yet, so that's a thing.
I believe I've seen Korenth do it, so it's not too worried about that. So,
well, if he can, I would be surprised if he could not do the skip, and if he. The conveyor belt skip also is a really nifty trick that you almost never see done because it's so tight.
Yeah, but in these top 8 seeds, we've seen it quite a few times actually. I've seen it two or three of the runners have been doing so. And chat joking about Magus getting charged for crimes 400 years later. I'm pretty sure war crimes don't have a statute of limitations, though.
I don't think they do. And I mean, considering this is Magus, he probably did some pretty nasty things as the Dark Lord.
But would he be ended up being represented by Pierre in the trial? The lawyer Pierre that represents Chrono in his.
I don't know. I'm also noticing that Korenth is not saving Fritz. I don't know why you would do that, because saving Fritz with Chrono in your party gets you the 10 free mid-ethers?
But you have to remember to go back and get them, and it does take a little bit more time. I think both of these runners are highly focused on saving as many frames as they can, getting through and being aggressive as fast as they can. You've seen it on that fight with against Nizbel, where Korenth just kept pushing to get him down to make it go faster. So.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting into the finals, so we're seeing all the tricks pulled out and all the frames being saved.
Chat talking about how they've never done Genodome, even in vanilla. I honestly, I kind of feel that like Mother Brain is in vanilla is harder, much harder than than in Jets. There's been some balancing due to levels.
Yeah, and I'm noticing that the chat is on my side. You should save Fritz because it's the right thing. Save Fritz, not frames.
Well, maybe if we're ever at an SGDQ, we'll have to put up a vote for saving Fritz or saving the frames.
I'd be for it.
Alright, Korenth doing Dragon Tank. I expect he will just crush this tank very quickly.
Yeah, the shadow magic is huge. And the ice to a lesser extent, to be honest though, I'm not sure if Nadia actually knows any ice spells yet.
It doesn't look like it.
I don't think she does. Oh well. So we're seeing a haste on Magus, and just Dark Mist it up. I do like Dark Mist. It's just a really fast, full screen clear. Faster than I think any of the other ones. Even Bolt, I think.
Yeah. It's a good speed. So what is your favorite party of choice? As our runners are going through this trial here and finishing off this boss.
Ooh, my favorite party of choice? I am all for the girl power seeds. All about that.
Nice. My personal is replacing Marl with Robo. I really like his party heal and Uzi Punch. I feel like that works well because you can get Luca and Alia to do a lot of damage, and then I'll make him my healer usually.
Yeah, I mean, Robo is kind of a good all-around kind of caster. He has shock for your full screen magic, and laser spin for that matter. Heal Beam has saved me more times than I can count. And Uzi Punch with Robo's Ribbon can just destroy.
Yes, it can be really, really great. Oh, looks like I'm All In is saving Fritz.
All right. So he has done the right thing. Thank you, I'm All In. And the pendant is now unlocked, so we're going to see what kind of cool things behind these sealed doors. Hyper Ether, Flash Blade, Hyper Ether.
Those ethers will be real helpful on the Lavos fights, I'm sure.
They will be, but right now just kind of a meh.
Yeah, you want a little bit more. You're hoping for some good armor, good accessories.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Link to the Past. Your Hype Cave holds like nothing. Full Ether, Megaton Arm Plus.
Well, no Robo, so maybe Robo's here in the future. We'll see once if he goes and checks that. Does that check?
Yeah. And actually, if you replace Nadia with Robo, you have access to Omega Flare. If you find the blue rock.
It's true. Which would be lots of fun for chat, but I don't know that Korenth will go for it.
It's a tough call. It's a really tough call.
It's a fun way to do it. It's a little harder to use that as a go mode on Zeal if you're doing the Black Omen route. All right, let's see who's in Protodome.
It can be one of two characters. It can be Ayla or it can be Robo, which could give me my ever beloved girl power seed.
Although having Robo there would give access to the desert unlock.
It would, and
which is a pretty quick check to do.
Yeah, and if you find Robo's ribbon, he gets faster, he hits harder. He's just kind of a dynamo, and there he is. Let's see if we're going to put him in the party or not.
And so it'll be interesting to see if Korenth decides to go for Aerostone or for Desert. I suspect he won't, just because it's a little glitchy sometimes in this dome if you switch out the characters.
Yeah.
Don't use the Enertron here, and don't switch out characters, just in case.
Yeah, I have figured that out the hard way, so... Yeah, Robo doesn't have much of anything quite yet either, does he?
He's got some heals. That's about it. Looks like we're going for Aerostone.
All right.
I'm all in on Dragon Tank over here. Expect to see some Confuse on that head and beating him up that way.
Ooh, those are some nice stats on those arms.
Oh, I missed that. What was the bonuses on that Kaiser arm?
The Kaiser arm, I honestly don't recall. It was kind of a bunch of alphabet soup. The other arm that he has, which is the Megaton arm, had like 4 times crit.
Oh, nice. The 4x crit is a good one.
Absolutely. So one thing that I've always been curious about is some people, I know Batsy will save in different slots. Is there any sort of a benefit to that?
So on boss randomization, I find that I try to do that because if you go into a dungeon and you save before the boss and you save over your save state, but then you get to a boss you can't really defeat on boss randomizer, it's more of a problem earlier. You have to run out of the dungeon. Whereas if you, for example, if you go to the back of Cathedral and you end up with a mutant back there, but no magic to kill it, you have to run out. And I've had that happen. So usually on boss randomization, people get in the habit of switching their save states between outside and inside the dungeon.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Yep, we've got another Lavos spawn here. This is the slightly easier one versus the Elder spawn.
It's the baby spawn. And it's going real well. I mean...
and this spawn, the head will have about 3,000, will have exactly 3,000 hit points, so shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, you probably still shouldn't hit the shell, because...
Oh, no, you don't
hurt.
It.
Yeah, it'll hurt a bunch.
And the shell has 7,000 hit points, so not really worth it to even try and do that.
No, absolutely not. But, this fight seems to be going better just because they have, more techs, and this one isn't the Elder. Megas is still hitting pretty hard. I would have swapped Robo in. Hate to say, but... Well, then again...
Well, yeah, you don't necessarily know what the boss is before you go in on it, so...
Yeah, so, if he party wipes, which he won't, that might be something I would do.
Yep, and one of the other changes that is in the game, you'll just notice that was used right there. Marl used a Cure 2 on Luca, which also possesses Heal. It clears status effects.
Yeah, so that's nice. Ayla's Kiss also heals status ailments.
Yes, which again, in hard items can be very helpful. Because the items are randomized at the shops, maybe you don't get very many heals. So having that as an option is really, really helpful on the later fights.
Yeah, the only issue I have with it, I hate to keep talking about me, is Cure 2 is expensive. Wow.
It's true. It is very expensive.
Yeah, and I just saw a Green Jane drop.
Always helpful. Good item to have there.
Yep. And a pearl edge. That's a frog weapon, right?
That's for
I think
Frog, yes. And we know that Frog's in the burrow, so we probably won't be seeing Frog as part of a party in this seed.
Probably not. I mean, like we're we're a clone away from Go mode. My personal favorite Go mode, if I have to add, because the Lavos fight is just such a slog, and if you do something wrong, it can go very wrong.
It's true. It's true. Lavos can sometimes Lavos.
Yeah, Lavos go to Lavos. Can we put that on a T-shirt?
Yeah. And as long as you have the damage output to get ahead of Zeal's 2 Hex Mist, because she follows a pretty straightforward script on how long it takes her to do her harder abilities, then it's not so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm finding it very interesting that Korenth and I'm All In have been doing very similar routing here. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if after this we'll see some differences. Maybe I'm All In will go for Mount Woe earlier. I don't think I saw anything too interesting there on the items.
The speed belt.
Okay, yep, speed belt's helpful. Yeah, put that on Luca. Yes.
Yep.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast, absolutely. And hype and orb for all those playing the games at home.
Got some chat predictions that Korenth is gonna also run for Woe right now.
Oh,
maybe
wow.
Korenth will go Geno. Who knows?
With the group he has, I would not be surprised if he did Son of Sun or did Geno for that matter.
Yep. We've got a lot open. So we've got Desert, we've got Denadoro Mountains, we've got Woe, we've got Genodome. They also have the pop, right? So they could still go and do that. Seed is still completely wide open for our runners.
Yeah, we're not quite to Go mode quite yet. So
definitely it's starting to get to the point as a runner, if I only have, looks like one item out of most of your Go mode items there, I would start worrying a little bit, because I would start feeling like, oh, where did my opponent go? It's such an open seed. I gotta keep pushing. So
yeah. So we'll see what this key item is, see if this gives us our Go mode or not. And the survey says
Moonstone. Well, that's not helpful yet, because we need the Prism Shard in order to do that half of the quest.
Yeah.
So
that big, long fetch quest.
Yep. For those that haven't seen the Prism Shard, it allows you with Marl to do the King's Trial. And the Prism Shard will give you one item, and then you can also turn in the Moonstone to Melchior afterwards for another key item, the charged Moonstone.
I think Korenth is going to go either Denadoro, or he's going to turn in his... No, he's doing the Desert.
Desert, yep. He just got Robo, so he's going to do a quick Desert check. That's a smart play. It's very, very fast. And he's already cleared out some of those fights by running away from them, so he can just get over there very quick.
Yeah, so not too bad. No, I don't think Korenth got the rainbow gun, so I can't rage against him.
This is definitely like a personal thing for you, huh?
It absolutely is. You get a great item and you don't equip it, what is wrong with you? You and I are going to have words.
But you don't really attack with Luca at this point.
She doesn't have flare yet, so you are attacking with Luca, yes.
Well, you're going to Mega Bomb is what I would use with her at this point. That's going to probably do more damage than even if it crits.
But it is better than the air gun that she has.
That's true. That is a technically true statement.
Well, I mean, it's an absolutely true statement. Because it's like, a rainbow anything is better than your starting weapon. I'm sorry, this is all semantics.
I know.
Oh, we have a slash? Is it a super slash?
It is a super slash, which means our fire is effective against him.
Yep, so this is going to go pretty quick.
I expect that, yes.
So... Yep, another bomb.
Mega Bomb is a pretty good tech for Luca. It's not flare, but it's much better than a the fire one she has.
It is a good stopgap, basically.
More like super easy slash. Yes, more like super easy slash.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, if it was like a real slash, that might be a bit of a nail biter, but super slash is a kind of a pushover. Same thing with Flea Plus.
Yep, and this slash will have 4,500 hit points, so not too bad.
Oh no, still a bit of a slog.
What's super about him? Well, he's the one from later.
Yeah. The correct answer is nothing. Nothing is super about Super Slash. Alright, so I'm all in, exercising his Luminaire. Might be a bit overkill on the buggers. I saw an ice. So we have an Antipode 1. Alright.
It's something. Morrow can now actually, do some amount of damage. But having her as a healer and alchemist for throwing your items is pretty good.
Yeah, she's pretty good at that. Oh, we are gonna see a Jerky turn in. Okay.
Combining them at the same time. Also, you can pick up the items in the chests while you're here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now if you pick these up in the past, I think the ones in the future are also gone. So
No, they'll still be there. You can pick both of them up in this version. So they're just independent items in this.
Yeah, I remember
randomizer.
Yeah, I remember one seed. I don't know why I went into Cyrus's castle. And it wasn't like a Legacy of Cyrus seed. Those will still disappear, pretty sure.
Yes, those ones do, I believe. But the ones that you do the charge up in there. I'm Alin, also going for the desert.
It's not a bad check. It's not super duper difficult, and with Robo, it gets you a key item, which we'll be seeing shortly.
Yeah, in Aim Pyro is talking about how Korenth is a little bit ahead, but I'm All In's team is a little bit more versatile, and I agree with this assessment. But I think Chrono still doesn't have a super great sword yet, so that's still a little tough.
I think he has the flint edge, which is better than the wooden sword. So
it is, but it's still kind of.
The hero medal. Okay.
All right. Well, that's just a turn in, so you go do that.
Yep. Get his prism helm. A prism helm?
Yeah, it was the prism helm. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and it's prism helm question mark ergo prism helm with an exclamation point. So it's prism helm. It's all in the inflection. And a wallet and a brave sword plus. Man, just kind of getting skunked for stuff for Chrono, aren't we?
I'm all in, clearing out the desert, I think, for a little bit of XP while picking up all the items there.
XP or TP could go either way. Let's see if we see another new. No. Yeah, it's in my contract to do that. I have to do that. So, and what do we got? What do we got? It is a Doom Blade.
All right, so that is I believe, a frog blade that has the Doom effect on it. So interesting, but not a go mode item.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we're going for Denadoro now.
Yeah, now, the Doom effect, is that the same thing that the Doom Scythe does? So, like, if you have party members who are down, it does more damage?
Yes, that's the Doom effect.
Okay, that's what I thought. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VI lately, so a Doom effect is like, Vanish Doom, here we go. Except for they took that out.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of cool skips on Denadoro, and they're all kind of just cool to see. Um, that
Yeah.
and Jerkbird. Who is a jerk?
Yep, timing on Jerkbird is a thing, but I expect we'll see. I'm all in. I think is making sure he's got all the fights.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. He was making sure he'd cleared all the fights there, and now is going for that boss fight.
Yeah. And Korenth is doing his Denadoro check. I don't think he's actually going to be looking for any sort of items. He's just going to clear.
No, the items on Denadoro are grouped as the low level items. So how items in the game are decided is each area or dungeon has kind of a level rating for the items, and then items are binned into those different levels, and then they're randomized within those boxes. So you might pick up the easy ones like that are literally along your path, but you're not going to go out of your way in Denadoro because it's the lowest level for items.
Yeah, I used to religiously check every chest, not so much anymore. That was a skip, by the way, the Korenth just did. Along that bridge there's, I think, what is it, like 4 fights?
Yeah, it's 4 or 5 fights there. It's a good, and you can't run from any of them, so it's a good, 3 minutes of saving right there by doing that skip. And it's actually pretty easy to execute if you're new to the run. You basically, as soon as you enter that scene, you just push straight up until you pass the trigger point, and then you run to the left after that.
Yeah, for newer runners, okay, I'm not a runner, but I'm still terrible. I'll just run all the way to the top. That's the easy way to do it.
Yep. And there's a lot of good videos out there on the Jets of Time YouTube channel for learning all of these skips. Moon Blizzard put together a great video for each of the dungeons on how to do all the skips, including the frame perfect ones. And it's a great resource for you if you want to get into this randomizer. Highly recommend it. Lots of fun and a great community to run with.
Also, Mershon, I have some bad news. We're not going to know what mountains are in this. Well, from Korenth anyway.
Mountains are not nice today.
Oh,
Oh no.
no. Well, he might check it on the way back, though. Yeah, I mean,
there isn't a way back out this way, so he'll get when he does the boss fight, he'll go up over the mountain.
So mountains are not nice.
Mountains are not nice for Korenth. I don't know how much magic tabs were healing for, so.
I mean, it's. Jerkbird is not a jerk today.
Yeah, if you time it so that he's far enough away from you when you go up that ladder, he doesn't hit you. But if he's close to the ladder, he will knock you off.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that bridge where it just feels terrible when you're doing it. As you know, you're falling behind.
Alright, so Korenth will go through the first part of this Masamune fight, and then we will see, not quite enough to one-shot Masamune there.
Oh, not quite.
They each have 1,000 hit points there, so he'll do a quick melee, I'm sure, to get to the next fight.
Masa and Mune are always vanilla. It's what we see next that's randomized.
Who do we have here?
With Masa's bravery and to become one. What's that? Zombor or?
I think this is Zombor. Yes, we've got the 2-part Zombor.
Okay, so that's not too bad. I think that is it the top that's weak to shadow or the bottom? I can never remember that.
I believe it is the top, because I believe the top is lightning and shadow, and the bottom is fire and ice. I always forget this one.
Yeah, that seems right, because we cast fire too, and the top got healed minimally, and the bottom took damage, so.
All right, so Zombor at this, the top is going to have 2021, and the bottom is going to have 1543 hit points.
Yeah, and worth noting, if you kill the bottom part first, the top will kind of go into berserk mode. There's a couple bosses that go into berserk mode. Zombor is one of them.
Sorry, no, Shadow is on the bottom, Ice is on the top. There we go, yes. I'm glad the runners know this better than I do. No.
Alright. I'm sorry. Again, in my contract. I can't be in breach of contract.
So we saw I'm all in turn in Tomos Pop. I wonder if he will go do that, or maybe Woe, or something else. Yep.
He's thinking about it. We're not sure.
He might be going for Son of Sun. Yeah. I suspect he's going to go check what boss is there. He's right around the level to be able to take care of it.
Depending. Is he not saving? Oh no,
he is. He is.
Shelter and then save. Like, what? Okay, let's see. See who we got. Thank you.
There you go. Rainbow Good. Just in case he needs to be like,
oh, it's
Atropos.
It's not too bad. Seen her there before though. We have Ice Sword we could use. If there were a Lightning 2, they could use Delta Storm. But,
Delta Storm Atropos will have 6,500 hit points here.
Yeah, so I mean, again, not too bad, but she can do things like that that just kind of hurt and just kind of make you angry. And her, what do you call it, a Robo Tackle or an Atropos Tackle?
Yeah, the Atropos Tackle can really hurt. Korenth is going to get his item here soon.
Yeah, and the Atropos Tackle hits everyone. Yeah. And the heal beam. And we're tossing some hastes.
Bent hilt, okay.
So, bent hilt,
So we still need the broken sword to get that go mode. We're still looking for the clone for the other go mode. Or for Tyranno, we need both the Dreamstone and the Ruby Blade. All right, Korenth is going for that Tomos Pot. Yeah, Giant's Claw. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So there is also some pretty good kit in Giant's Claw. So I guess we'll see what we find. Another fun fact that I found is if you take those chests in 600 AD, they will not be there in prehistory.
It is indeed the same exact room, and the chests are in fact linked, which I also think is a really fun fact.
Yeah, I just think, wibbly wobbly timey wimey because you grab them in the future and they're not there in the past. What?
I mean, it's Chrono Trigger. It's entirely a game about being wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Fair point. Oh, poor cat. How did the cat even get there is my question.
The cat is just a magical cat,
As most cats are, but yeah, sure.
Oh, a Sage Bow Plus. That could have some good stats for Marl there. I'm sure Korenth will take a look at it.
Yeah, I wonder how it stacks up against the Rainbow Gun. We may never know. Oh,
Blue Rock Plus right there. I'm going to go check that out, I bet.
Knock Nadia out, put Robo in, and it's good. And at that point, it's go time.
I think, we still need, obviously, Flare and the text for it. But he's considering it. He's looking at his text.
Yeah, it's Flare, it's Laser Spin.
And Dark Matter.
Yeah. So, a lot of that depends upon how far down the tech trees they are. Are we going to get a check? Maybe, maybe not. I did not see what the Blue Rock is doing either.
Barrier is what it does. I guess he has decided fully to go to drop Nadia for Robo, and put that Uzi punch in there, giving all the power tabs to Robo.
Yeah. So
I'm all in through Sun Palace and gets a Prism Shard.
Another fetch
Ooh.
quest. Okay, so things are getting a little interesting now.
Getting some divergence. Where will he go next? Is the question.
Probably gonna head to prehistory and drop off the Sunstone.
Oh no, he's going to Antiquity.
Wait,
Looks like he's pushing for Woe.
Wait, no.
Good play. Oh no, I
that's
missed.
600.
I thought it was Antiquity. Nope, looks like he's not. Ah, no, he's gonna do the shard. Okay.
Okay. He does have the Moonstone, so I would have done the Moonstone first.
He might do it as he's running around timeline wise.
Yeah, there's some jumping around to do, and don't look now, but Korenth is fighting Masa and Mune. So we know where they are now.
So this Masa Mune will have about 5,000 hit points. Sorry, exactly 5,000 hit points.
Yeah, so at least you don't need to worry about being on a time limit, so that's good.
Well, he's putting out good damage right now with this team, so I expect that he'll be doing all right.
Yeah, so sorry, I keep banging up against my mic stand, but yeah.
I don't think we've heard anything from my end on that, so I think you're doing okay.
Yeah, so it's looking pretty good.
I'm all in dropping off that Moonstone like you suggested, and
right.
He'll go pick that up from the future, and then he'll do his trial. I'm wondering kind of if his thought process is nobody really likes doing the trial, so if I go do it, I get 2 checks that my opponent probably isn't doing, kind of trying to do that sort of prediction.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, it's just kind of smart because you knock 2 out at the same time. So if one's bad, the other could be not as bad.
And there are good items usually in the basement to pick up. So,
well, I would call them decent, but
yes, I mean, they're not like items you'd get out of Black Omen, but they are apparently equivalent to Mount Woe. Ooh, Ruby Knife.
So
interesting.
So we're a Dreamstone away from that go mode.
So now Korenth is 1 item away from all of the go modes.
So, yeah, we're just kind of hanging tight on what item we find. We could end up with a commentary go mode depending upon what. Well, actually, no. If I'm all in, gets like the clone, then he's going to be go mode. But we're also going to know where a bunch of the stuff is, and Korenth is
doing a quick heal. It looks like.
Yeah. So, Genodome?
He might be doing Geno, he might be doing Son of Sun as well. Which we know leads to the Prism Shard, so...
Yeah. And Son of Sun isn't that long a check, so...
Oh! Genodome!
Oh, man. Oh.
Look at this divergence. Love to see it. Love to see it.
This just got real. This just got super real.
Oh. Both of them are doing longer things right now, longer checks. Genodome I expect we'll see that great skip coming out of there for him. And
yeah. Genodome is no fun. I think it's just a slog and I can't get any of the skips.
It does take a bit of practice, yeah.
Yes, but to see it done well is a thing of beauty. Yeah, we have people talking. So Rythrix is saying if the Dreamstone is in Geno, I would probably even things up a little bit.
Yeah, so it sounds like, chat, you're hoping for I'm all in to get Omen go mode and Korenth to get Tyranno lair go mode so that they're going to end up being very, very close right along the end. So very dramatic.
I've never seen that done, but I would love to see it.
What do we have?
Survey says
Ribbon.
Robo's ribbon. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's
But we still have the Moonstone to pick up and see.
And Korenth is still fighting debuggers and Proto 3s.
Yep, still doing that intro.
Yeah, that can actually be a pretty good grind spot, though. You just go through and do it a couple times, and you can get yourself some levels, you can get yourself some techs.
Esper, can you remind me what was on top of Denadoro? Was it an item? Was the Doom sword? No. I think it was an item. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the. It might have been the Doom sword or the Doom blade. One of those.
Okay, Doom blade. Yeah, I think at this point, we're pretty much. Oh, hero medal to Doom blade. Thank you. So yes, they've both done that? Question mark. I don't remember if I'm all in has. So I think at this point we're guaranteed to see one of the go mode items out of both of these places.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, hero medal was. Oh, Denador was bent hilt. That's right.
That's right.
So I'm all in could end up with the bent sword and still need to go do Denadoro in order to get a go mode, if that's what he gets out of this one.
Yeah.
Korenth could also get that out of Gino, so we don't know until they clear it.
Yeah, or he could get the clone, and we're off to the races.
We've got Nizbel 2 over here. For this one, strategy-wise, you're going to hit him with lightning 4 times, and then physicals can work. But with the team he's got, he'll just do a bunch of magic damage while doing that lightning damage, and probably get through him pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he could also use that rainbow gun. Korenth just learned flare.
Oh, excellent. That will really help him get through that.
So we're maybe a couple techs away from Omega Flare.
Yeah, it depends on when Magus will get Dark Matter. I haven't looked at Magus's tech list yet.
Yeah, let me actually check that, because I saw in chat someone, I forget who, so I apologize for that, but someone said that all it takes is Dark Bomb.
Oh, yes, you're right. It is just Dark Bomb. It's not... Yeah. Sorry, I've got that confused with the Black Rock. Yep.
Yeah, it's okay. I had it confused too, but I mean...
so I think maybe then just waiting on Laser Spin then on Robo to get it? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all she wrote. Well, will be all she wrote. Nizbel 2 already down.
Yep, there we go.
With a slasher?
That's actually pretty good. I believe that will have speed on for Chrono, and it's a pretty good weapon.
Yeah, it was a exclamation point question mark. So.
Oh, okay. So maybe not better. And here's
Korenth.
the skip from Korenth. Well done.
Beautifully
executed.
First try, I think it was.
It was first try, and it was perfectly done.
And here is Bumperbot. Nobody likes Bumperbot. Because he bumps into everything.
Yep. He's got him in position, and so he'll use the bot's ability to walk through that wall over there to pick up the tab that shows up here, and then the bot will be where he'd like it to be. Makes it a little faster to bring it around.
Oh, no. I'm all in is going to make the Sunstone turn-in check.
Yes.
So here we go. Drum roll, please. Okay.
Bumperbot not wanting to connect with the other bot.
Okay. Let's see what I'm all in is pulling out of this one. It's a
clone! That's a go mode for I'm all in. Yes, exciting.
Nice. So now he has to go to the future, talk to the Balthazar the new Thazar.
No.
Ooh, go to Mount.
He has climbed Death Peak in the
That's
future.
what it is. Yeah. Um, with any sort of luck, we will have changed the music. I rather like it. Some people don't. Um, go through that. Go through the Black Almond, and yeah,
And then get through the Zeal 2. So I'm all in doing his last bit of shopping before going there, selling off items, making sure he has everything he needs.
yeah. There are like, what is your general shopping list for your go mode?
I usually try to have like 7 or so shelters, 10 or so revives, and then I'm overcautious when it comes to ethers, and I will just buy like a stack of 99 because I usually have enough at that point money for that. And then a good chunk of mid ethers as well. Or sorry, not mid ethers, mid tonics
Yeah,
to throw around.
that sounds pretty close to my shopping list. Although I'll pick up a few more revives too, just to be safe.
I tend to play as a more cautious player and keep my characters a little higher health than some of these really good runners who will push that envelope. So I don't tend to as often need as many revives. But Korenth now coming into the boss fight. Let's see who we have.
If it is nothing, we could be seeing the Wojciech, and that would be terrible. Sort of.
All right,
It would
we've
be.
got a mutant. This is the Terra mutant? Question mark.
Yep,
I was
Terra
right. Excellent.
Yep. Terra Mutant isn't as bad as the other mutants, I think, because it's just kind of, he casts a whole bunch of magic and it dies. That's it. That's all she wrote. Is he gonna one-shot it? Not
I
so.
mean, Terra mutant only has 2k health here, so not so bad.
No. So we saw a flare, we saw a dark matter, and uh, it's not poofing.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. That's all she wrote. Mega Blast Plus.
Oh, that might be very good for Luca to replace the rainbow.
The
Dreamstone.
Dreamstone.
Oh, we've got a real race going on now,
Ooh,
everybody.
we have.
That is a faster go mode than Omen. So exciting.
Depending upon how long we see Korenth, well, even if he grinds at all in the Undersea Palace.
Yeah, we'll see. Both of these runners again quite good players, so I'm excited for this time frame. Making sure to validate his run. Good job there, Korenth. Get that cat pet in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Revives, shelters. Yeah, it's just kind of a basic go mode kit.
Oh, and we do have the new music for.
This is a problem because whenever I hear Singing Mountain, I kind of melt a little bit. It's just such a gorgeous piece.
And the music from Chrono Trigger is amazing. I love it so much.
Yeah, I can't refute that. I mean, Nobu did some work, but I forget the other composer. I am terrible, and I'm sorry that I forgot the other composer, but he also did some pretty good work.
Mitsuda.
Mitsuda, that's what it is, yeah.
And I believe from my understanding, this was his first lead project he was given when he was working. He was given this as a kind of a trial of, fine, go do this. You wanna be a composer, and he knocked it out of the park, in my opinion.
Until he got like deathly ill, and Nobu had to step in for a couple.
Well, yes, he did work himself too much.
Yeah.
God.
So I'm sorry, I keep interrupting, and I'm.
Oh no, you're good. I will talk a lot. Don't be I'm not offended.
So, I'm all in. Got a couple skips there. There's a fight on the very first bridge that he avoided. If you go up, you will not spawn the specters, ghosts, whatever they are. did the slippery bridge like once, which is also nice. We are spending tabs, so I think we could be seeing our final team here. Although he didn't spend the power tab, so we might be seeing that. That's blue one is
That's Hecarim.
Hecarim, right? It's the
So
yellow ones
Hecarim will
that are
have
the-
7,000 health here. Oh, sorry. No, I'm looking at the wrong one thing. Not that. 5,000. That's 5,000 health on Death Peak. I looked at Mount Woe accidentally.
Yeah, and with a lot of magic, it's not going to take too long.
No, he does have a very strong team for this. Though I do expect his yes indeed, not his yes indeed, his water attack might hit pretty hard. So
yeah, his go ahead and try an attack, I think is what that is. The water attack.
That's the counter that he does partway through. So he'll do 2 water attacks and then the counter defense for a round or 2. But again, I think we're just going to see another mutant here for Korenth in
the Chrono lair. That'll be the
Giga mutant. Giga, because we've seen Mega and Terra at this point.
For some reason, I thought it was super, but there is no super mutant, is there?
Oh, and this mutant will have 2,700.
But it's still
40
like
tough.
Yeah, which is still more irritating than like Terra mutant, I think. All right, so we're seeing.
Has I'm All In not learned Flare on Luca yet?
I don't think he's gotten there quite yet, but
okay, all right. So he'll probably get that very soon.
Yeah, if he hasn't learned it, he will probably do a couple of the wow, Make Elixir drop. He'll probably do some of the eye monster
right, yes, the
Yeah.
tech monsters.
Yeah, just to learn Flare.
Yeah, but he's done a few less dungeons than Korenth, so that's a few fewer bosses than he has. So,
Yeah.
looking at Korenth's level, he's in 27, level 29 thereabouts. I suspect he will not be doing much grinding.
No,
and
30 is about perfect. Oh, but there is the elevator.
This group is not too bad for elevator. You can use Magus's zone, his not zone, his black hole to take out 4 of them. And then you can use Robo's physicals to take them out as well.
Yeah, it's just the elevator with that third fight where it's nothing but scouters. It's just irritating.
Yeah. So if he puts Magus into the second or third position for those fights, he can take out 4 of those scouters with black hole.
Yeah. Not only that, but the scouters are also fairly fast, so they usually go before you do.
Yes. Oh, a very nice skip from Korenth there.
Very nice, yeah. Those treasure chests are gone, as I mentioned before. The black Tyranno is not randomized, but the element that he will use is.
Yep.
And I'm only went for that tab on Death Peak. I didn't see what it was.
I think it's a power tab there.
Yeah, is that particular tab randomized, or is it just always a power tab?
It's always a power tab.
Oh. Now, I know that this happened way early in the run, so I might not remember. Did anybody get the old man's tabs?
They picked them up, but I don't think anyone turned in their bromide.
Yeah.
So that's a little difficult. We gotta remember to do that. If you take the time in the cathedral to go do that, usually I try to link it into just after finishing Xenon Bridge because you're right there and you just drop it off. But I don't think they did that.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it. So Korenth is taking an interesting approach. He's using Magic Wall on everyone. which isn't a bad call if Black Trano is going to use like a really nasty element, like if he's casting like Hexagon Mist or something like that. That could be a really good move.
Yep. Looks like I'm All In didn't quite have Flare yet. I saw him take a look at that to see if he did. Because Flare here can basically clear your way through Black Omen.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, he could be just a couple fights where we don't know. This is a fight where Flare would come in very handy. Because...
It's true.
Yeah, because those goons, they absorb shadow and lightning. They don't absorb swords, so...
They do not absorb swords, it's true.
No.
Alright, Korenth continuing to pound on that black Tyranno over there.
Yep. Still don't know what element it is, though.
Well, it's still just started its countdown, so it was just at 4 a moment ago, so it'll be a little bit before we see.
Well, yeah, but like occasionally it'll cast like ice or lightning or stuff like that to give you a clue. But in the countdown, I don't think it's going to matter, and it doesn't matter anyway because it's gone. Was that a
quick
prism dress?
That was a prism dress, but it was a prism dress with a question mark. Prism dress?
Prism dress?
There we go. Flare acquired.
There we are. So
now, time to go fast for I'm All In and just tear through the rest of Omen at this point.
Yeah, Omen, if you're not doing any of the checks, goes really, really quickly. So, that's not bad. Oh, the panels. Ugh.
Well, he's got a decently fast Luca, so there you go. No problem on the panels.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Korenth is getting his cutscene. The cutscene of Black Omen spawning and the Tyranno cutscene are cutscenes where I will take a quick stretch or run to the restroom really quick if I'm running this game.
Yeah, world's fastest bio.
Yep.
Yeah. So, have you ever actually like tried to charm the panels in the vanilla game?
Oh yeah, you get the speed tabs off.
Speed tabs for days. Ah, glorious. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think there was also gold studs are charmable off of some of the monsters in Black Omen and vanilla.
Yes, I want to say it's like
Goons?
It's the Scouter palette swap. I forget what they're called, but you can.
Oh yes.
Them, yeah.
The pinkish ones.
Yes. So, yeah, it looks like he's just run from these, so he already knows Flare, so he doesn't actually need to take those. Aphius has told us that they're called Scouters. So
they're just straight up Scouters. Okay.
Yeah. So, new shop, by the way. So we'll see what they're selling. Mega elixirs. Did I see them selling Nova armor?
I think so. He'll probably want to be sure to pick up. Well, he already has one amulet on Magus. He might pick up a second one for Magus.
Maybe pick up a couple mega elixirs. I didn't see
Yes, probably. And we'll see what else he goes for here. Just basically selling off everything he doesn't need.
Yeah. He is selling Nova armor, so he opted for the mega elixirs. Not a bad choice.
I believe the Nova armors would only be equipable by Robo, so...
Yeah, I think, I think the Magus can fit into them too, but at this point in the game, you're just kind of like,
He's just going fast, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, would it be nice to have? Yes. Do I need it? No. So just move on.
I've definitely seen someone taking a little bit longer shopping at that location, being the difference between winning the race and not. It was within a minute on that race, so pushing as fast as he can.
Did he only check the one new shop, or did he check?
Yes, he only checked the one new shop, picked up one amulet and some mega elixirs, and kept going.
Not a bad choice. I mean,
definitely a good choice, keeping his speed up. So
yeah,
I can sympathize at this race. Being the race that will determine, not this race specifically, but one of the races that will determine if you go to the finals. just go as fast as you can. Oh, we've got a Rust Tyranno here. Cool.
Yeah. I hate to make it sound like this, but I'm kind of rooting for Korenth because he creamed me when I played him.
I try not to favor one, but both runners have a good story getting here. I believe this is I'm All In's first tournament, and he's been doing really, really well. He started playing when I did a few months back in July. He took part of the Camp Specchio camp to learn how all the seeds, the flags. And,
Yes.
yeah.
So he's putting on a really good showing.
Yeah, so
Especially
both runners I'd be happy to see move to the finals. So very exciting.
Yeah, so like I mean, a good showing, especially against Korenth. And Korenth is, I mean, yes, he beat me, but you know, I don't think there's anyone who can't. He is routinely very fast.
Yes. Korenth is a
Was-
very good player.
Vigil
I believe. I'm trying to remember who sent Korenth down to the bracket. Was it the losers bracket? Was that I'm All In? I don't have the bracket open right now. But yeah, they both have lost one match.
yeah, so this is basically who survives and who goes home.
But fortunately, at this point, whoever loses the set of 3 will get third place and their name in the next when we publish the next version of the game.
Yeah, come on! You guys, you got a crisis sword.
You know, crisis can be very difficult to manage. So he may or may not want to have to think and worry about that, but crisis can be very good if you're able to manage it.
Yeah, there is also a vigil hat. So, selling Terra arms. Nice. Yeah. A vigil hat question. So, I didn't see what it has on it. Chad, did any of you get what the vigil hat does? Anyone? Bueller?
I didn't see it, so we'll see.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Some strong opinions on chat about Crisis.
Oh, so it's DBZ Trivia only saw plus, so I guess it's a vigil hat plus. Not bad. And we are at the we're in the Undersea Palace, just getting the switches thrown right now. Fun fact you might see I'm All In do. You can run away from all of the tubsters, but one. Oh, he's taking the fight, I guess.
With Flare, you can clear them out fairly quickly, so.
Oh yeah, oh wow. I'm watching two different streams and things are crossing. First of all, Korenth got the Uzi punch. Second of all, I'm All In. Yeah, it did clear the tubster pretty quick. These two Cybots, there is a skip you can do to get it, but I have seen it maybe once.
Oh, I'd be interested in seeing the video on that. I haven't seen that happen yet. I was under the impression they weren't skippable, but if they are, that's great information too.
Yeah,
Korenth like ignoring the extra treasure chest and keep going.
Just going, yeah. But
gotta go fast.
Yeah. How's it going? That Cybot skip is like sub-pixel perfect. It's stupid hard to get it. But it is really, really cool to see when it's done. So this is where we see if Korenth is going to do some grinding. Or not. Oh, I'm All In. Please tell me you're not going to skip that chest.
I think he was actually just doing the fight. But maybe not.
That makes sense, because again, I've seen that chest with like prism specs or other awesome stuff in it. Today, just a hyper ether. And gonna wait for the eyes to up. Yeah.
Yeah. They do close, but then if they're not closing, it's sometimes better to just go through.
Yeah, like I'm All In has chosen to do. Which is not a bad move at all. I saw Robo learn laser spin, so Korenth, Blue Rock, it is time.
Yep.
Oh, it is so time.
It's going to make some very, very large damage numbers on those Lavos fights.
Oh, yeah, and you love to see those, because level 3 especially is just... That could be dangerous. It could be really dangerous.
Korenth making very fast work of this go mode.
Yeah.
And we'll be soon to the elevator.
And hopefully it's a good elevator, because, you know, if it's a good elevator, you get no fights, and it's just super duper quick.
Well, I believe that it's always in the Ocean Palace. It's always the 3 fights, whereas in Omen, Black Omen can change the values of them.
Yeah, so Black Omen can be 1 to 3. Oh, Korenth, did he go back and grind like A level? I did not see.
No, he just kept going, but he made sure to take all of the fights through that whole section.
Okay, so that's not too terribly bad. I guess just a little bit of, well, basically just getting through them, more or less.
So here's the elevator fights for him. You can run from this first one, but we'll see if he takes it or not. Yeah, running.
1 free fits. I think it was I'm all in, let him die, right?
No, Korenth let him die, and I'm all in rescued him, but no one went back and actually got the items from him.
Yeah, so.
I'm all in going through the space alien room, getting pretty close to that end there. Moving as fast as he can.
Yeah, we could get into the final boss fights at the same time.
Yeah, and a name pyro pointing out that Korenth is level 31, so not really a need to grind.
No, not really. There was a time when I thought you had to grind up to level 35, and that was an interesting time. All right, dropping the power tabs on Chrono.
Yep, that's where I'd put him.
And
with that group.
Keeping the slasher on him, so he's going to have that extra speed.
I don't think he has any more powerful weapon at this point, so...
I mean, there's the Wonder Sword, but...
Oh, a golem boss! Nice!
Oh,
this is a very...
easy.
Very difficult fight here. Very difficult.
Absolutely.
Yes. 100%. Nobody wants to see a golem boss. You know.
I've wiped him like 17 times.
And for those who are new, no, we're just kidding. Golem boss is a loot pinata, doesn't do anything, and you just beat him up as fast as you can and get some easy XP.
Yeah, you either beat him up or he will run away. Yeah,
Korenth now on that last elevator fight. So these are those scouts we were talking about. The scouts will counterattack if you do damage that isn't their type. So he'll take care of them with single target attacks, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I mean, that's the problem with that elevator is if you don't have like Frog Squash or Dino Tail, it just takes forever.
Yeah, it can be sped up other ways, but yeah.
Yeah, it can be, but
it still isn't like 1 round. Let's be clear.
No. And the whole time they're faster than you, so they're tossing, you know, the 1K hurts and the Crimson Rain, and it's just.
And he doesn't have Black Hole. Yeah, that makes it tougher.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought he did.
Yeah, free fits. Yeah, when the golden boss gets to 0, it is basically a game over.
It's game over, man.
And it deletes your save, so you're starting from the beginning. Oh, I'm all in. Oh no, don't let him get to 0. Don't let him erase your games. And we just said that this is actually a free fight because he doesn't attack. Doesn't run away either. Just kills it, and
he actually will run away if you don't do enough damage to him in time. I've gotten him really early where I couldn't do much damage, and he runs away, and you don't get any tech points for it. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I'm all in. Got some pretty sweet loot, or well, maybe not loot, but some techs. I saw a couple of them go through and
get his fire too, so you can have fire sword or fire swirl.
I legitimately don't remember. He just went through them so fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Korenth got one of the skips there for the switches.
That's another notoriously hard skip to do.
It's a good one to warm up on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm all in. We have one elevator fight. Ah. Both those ruminators go down pretty quick.
Oh.
And
two fights.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
All right, Korenth is through, and now at the boss fights before Lavos. I'm All In has a few more fights to go, with Omen being a little bit longer.
A little bit longer, but there are some ways to optimize it.
Oh, close fight here. Looks like he's figuring out his final setup for everything.
I saw the blue rock go on. You know what that means, don't you?
It does.
It
does indeed.
Did anyone? Oh wait, someone saw what the prism dress question mark does. I forget what it was. It was.
I missed it. I didn't see it. Oh, and double golem boss. Oh man.
Jeez. Okay, so this is just basically a free undersea
twice as hard as the other fight that I'm All In just had. You know.
Oh, and here it is.
There's those Omega players gonna make fast work of this fight.
So good. Probably gonna do it again. Yep, do it again.
One more. Oh, well, we finished off very quickly.
And
we're done. 2 rounds.
With the safe helm minus.
Oh, well.
Okay, so Korenth learned fire too. This might come down to the... Oh, man. This is tough, because I'm All In still has those other 2 fights where the Terra Mutant and the Elder Spawn is.
Correct, yes. So he's got 2 more boss fights and then the Zeal fights to get through.
Yeah.
And with Omega Flare, Korenth is going to tear through Lavos. So unless something goes seriously wrong, it's going to... You know, it can be close because Lavos can Lavos. Let's be fair. We've seen it happen.
Yes, we have. We've all.
But Omega, as chat knows, Omega Flare big.
We're big.
Big.
Lavos not as big.
Lavos 3 can be a butthead sometimes.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, it might come down to a slappy Lavos. If Lavo gets a little happy and takes out a couple people, that could make it difficult.
Yeah, he does have Nadia in his team though, so even if he does get slappy, if he's I don't want to say if he's smart, but if he's thinking hard enough or well enough, the slappy Lavos might not matter. Wait, no. Crossing the... Oh, sorry,
yeah, you got the groups fine. All right, we've got
Ret Knight?
Ret Knight in the middle, so we'll do physical attacks. Fortunately, he's got Chrono in the party, so not too difficult to pull off this damage.
Yeah, so we're going to see probably Confused with the Slasher, was it? Which is doing about, 12-ish?
Yeah, the top and bottom have 4,888 hit points, and the eye has 1222 at this location. I've got the right locations.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. It's a little bit higher than that. 4,666. Or less than that, sorry. That's the correct spots.
Still not quite as free as, like, Golem Boss, followed by Golem Boss Twins. You just never see that.
Yep, getting that haste out on Chrono so that he can just do those big confuses.
Yep.
And Korenth over on Lavos, getting some heals in.
Yep.
In
that
between
heal
those Omega Flares.
Yep, that heal beam comes in handy all the time, every time. Huh. Not waiting for the teammates to do Omega Flare again. That's okay. I mean, Level's 1 isn't that bad.
He might be wanting to keep Robo for some healing, just to be a little safe.
Not a bad
Yep,
idea.
there it is. There's those heal beams going out. Oh. Or no, Uzi punches. Sorry, I thought he was doing some heals.
Doing 14, and that's all she wrote.
There we go.
And it dropped a magic tab, so... So we talked about the menu, the menu glitch before. In the earlier runs, it was easy to do. Then we have turned that off for this particular randomizer, so it's not as easy to do. So we'll see how that works. You know, whose favorite that's going to work for.
Yep, and I think I've seen both of these runners nail that glitch without in this top 8. So again, not too worried about that for them.
Yeah. To be fair,
these are excellent runners who know many of these frame perfect or near frame perfect skips. All right, I'm all in through that boss. Got to one more boss, and then another prism dress there for him.
Got another prism dress and a silver stud. Yeah, that's defense plus shields. That's not too bad. No Dark Eternal for I'm all in.
You mean Omega Flare? Yeah, he's getting those cures out. He doesn't want anybody to drop to bananas.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't blame him. The bananas or boomerangs, depending upon what you call them, they just kind of make you angry. And we have a Giga Gaia. And I think Magus on Korenth's side took a couple of bananas.
He did, but he's still up, so it was good to do that heal.
Korenth did have to use a revive, so Magus...
Oh, I missed that, sorry. I was trying to look up the health for our Giga Gaia. I think it's about 10k in this location for the main part, but it might be a little bit less. I don't have the exact numbers on this chart for the breakdown.
Yeah, and no DBZ tribute. He did not die. He was just sleepy. He had to take a nap.
Big flares out there to take out those hands. Yeah, now some nice Ice Sword 2s. Alright, Korenth looking very solid on Lavos 2 so far.
Yeah, it's kind of Lavos 3 is going to be the big decider, I think. Especially because I'm all in still needs to finish off Giga Gaia. Then there's Zeal 1, the Memory Machine, and Zeal 2, so it's going to be close. It's going to be real close.
Thank you for confirming me, and I appreciate it. We need to add Giga Gaia to the boss spot HP sheet.
Oh, that's not fair, is it? That's surprising.
Nice star sword there for Chrono.
Not a bad pick. Just gonna toss the Luminaire, make it real easy. Yeah, but the panels can be irritating too. Not like super duper irritating, but they can be irritating.
Yeah, if you're a little bit slow, they can get some hits off, and it can be difficult. Korenth taking that attack from Lavos 2 with no problems.
Yeah, the Shadow Doom Blaze, I mean, it did knock him... Oh,
there we go. There we go. He's through Lavos 2.
All right, let's see if he gets the menu skip. Or it's not a skip, it's a glitch. There we go.
Yes. Yeah, 3 minutes, you're going to push it right when your screen goes fully to black is the goal, or just a tiny smidge after.
Or-
And that's when you get that skip.
Or do what I do and just pound the X button.
All right,
Okay.
I'm All In has started Zeal 1. And
So-
Korenth is starting Lavos 3.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Because I think that okay, so he got the menu glitch.
Yep, good job there. Top himself off, have all those ethers to use so that everybody's ready to do well.
Yep, and yeah. All right. It's tough to say which fights go fast. We talked about if Lavos gets slap happy on Korenth, that could be the decider, but I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. And Zeal 1 is done, and then we're going on to the Mammon Machine. Ooh, Fire Tackle.
Yep, Fire Tackle's pretty strong.
Doing 34. That's spicy.
Very nice, yeah.
Yes.
I'm all in on Mammon Machine now. Looks like he's going for the kill it fast method.
Which is not a bad method, because he can do some bad things, like point flare. Ugh.
Yep, and he put up some shields, as noted by chat, on Korenth's side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Yes, because Luca does no protect, so. Apparently that barrier saved Magus, but not that time. He's asleep now.
Tough. He'll probably try and get that middle bit down and then pull up Magus, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, there he goes.
Yep, so there's middle, yep, you called it. Are they going to use a Lapis or a Mega Elixir? He has it, might as well use it, right?
Yep, top off everybody.
Yep, and, oh no, the Nano Machine stands still. There's not much time left. Wait, that was point flare.
Ouch.
No.
There he goes, he had a re-raise out. No, not a problem.
That's right, she did have the green dream. I forgot about that.
Oh, look at that big Omega Flare coming out.
Ooh, and it...
Whew!
Ooh.
6k to the middle bit. Wow. Great.
Yeah, that's a big chunk, because I think every time you kill it, it's, what, like 10k-ish? I hate that left bit, but taking the time to kill it is just kind of a time sink. And I haven't seen a time warp yet on Korenth's side. We might not.
Yeah, he's been taking out that middle bit so fast.
Yeah, we might not actually see a time warp.
Continuing to work on that core. I'm all in, starting that Zeal fight.
Ooh, here we go.
Zeal 2. Very close match here.
Although I don't know, Korenth is working on that right bit really.
Oh yeah,
really hard.
he's working real hard on it.
Yeah, doing
3k a hit. Whew.
Yeah. But active life is back on. So and it's back off.
Yep, that was it hadn't actually ever returned the defense when the bit came up, so
yeah,
it was catching back up on its scripts there.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I'm really not sure why Korenth isn't using Omega Flare.
Looks, if he does, it will counter, and he might be worried about losing someone. So, one way you can do it is use Omega Flare from Robo's menu with that shield to try and do it, but it still can be a lot of damage with their counter.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad gig, come to think of it. Let's see here. I'm All In is also doing some pretty big damage to Zeal. This is going to come down to the wire, I think.
Yeah, but Korenth is moving fast through that bit. Let's be clear.
Yes. Yeah, but Zeal 2 can be long or it can be short. It kind of depends. Wow. laser finger and the left bit being a jerk and healings. Oh, here we go. Omega Flare.
Another Omega Flare. Yes, using that when the main bit is up means it won't counter. Yeah,
And
this is
how much
very
it gonna
close to
do?
being over for him.
4,700.
And that's
it's
it.
over. That's
Get your GGs in chat.
so. I didn't see the time, but I'm going to call it an SLR time of 1 hour 57 minutes 42 seconds.
Thereabouts.
Sounds close enough to me. And we'll see if we'll get Korenth in if he has some words for us. Okay, so Mian is clarifying. It is an official SRL time of 1 hour 57 minutes 52 seconds, according to the list.
Congratulations, Korenth.
Absolutely.
I don't even know how that
Very
was
close match.
That was a horrible seed. That start.
Yeah, rough start at the beginning. I'm All In is currently on Zeal 2, almost finished with it. So as you can see, very close match.
Oh no! Oh wow! On Z2. So clone on Sun Palace.
No, clone was Sunstone Turn-In.
Oh.
Yeah, he got the he went after the shard and did that.
Wow. All right. So I just saw in the spoiler chat that they've dropped the times of how we did. So he defeats Hecarim's, I defeat Gigamutant. He opens the Omen door. I go into Black Toretto almost about a minute apart.
Yeah, you were right on top of each other, but I think the deciding factor was Golem Boss.
The fact that Golem Boss is there and easy.
Yeah, for the single and the double. It's just
And there's I'm All In, having just finished at this point.
with an SRL time of 1 hour 59 minutes 44
Oh.
seconds.
Yeah, I guess I do need to stop my timer.
The race room caught it, so.
So I think we're probably going to be able to talk to I'm All In.
Hello! Welcome, I'm All In.
GG.
How's my sound? Am I clear?
You're a little muffled, but I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, a little loud, but you're good. You're clear.
Okay. Got a different setup. GG's, Korenth.
GG, man. If you had told me that any race between the two of us would go 2 hours, I would have laughed. I did not see that coming at all. That's a heck of a seed.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Very trolly. It was very interesting because both of you were following a very similar path, and then you completely diverged, and then had different go modes. With I'm All In doing Black Omen and Korenth you doing Tyranno Lair, and then we're within very close of each other there at the end. So very exciting.
That's crazy. So I'm all in. Did you go grab Magus off of Dactyl Nest at level 1?
I did not.
Okay, I didn't either. I was like, oh, I've got Marl, I've got Luca. That's like the one pairing that can't do it at level 1, and then you get absolute crap for spells and can't go through the cathedral. It took like 10 minutes to clear cathedral.
I didn't clear Cathedral.
Oh no,
So-
not just to clear, just in that first fight, the Naga fight.
Oh.
I got down to like both of my characters had 5 HP at the end of the Naga fight.
So
Oh,
I'm All
I-
In went and unlocked magic right away, and that gives you those spells.
Oh, what was the third spell was Mega Bomb for Luca? Because Marl got nothing the entire
Yeah,
seed.
mega bomb. Yep.
Yeah, sounds right.
So
Oh,
the
wow.
Stone was on Genodome. So that was what I was trying to, as you're going and playing through, I'm trying to think, is, there's got to be a go mode buried on Genodome or up on Woe. And, my hope was that Korenth got Magus Castle go mode that was somewhere deep, or had to do Genodome or Woe, which I was staying away from in this case.
Right. So Woe had Woe and Denadoro gave you Magus Go mode. Giant's Claw and Giant's Claw and Genodome gave you Tyranno.
So I was happy when I got the Omen go mode.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I thought that was a little bit deep, and if there was just what are the chances that Korenth is going to do Prism Shard, and you have to nope the Robo Rib. You get a Robo Ribbon out of Prism Shard, which I didn't use Robo, and so but to stick with it and get the go mode from the Moonstone or from Melchior. And
Yeah.
so I
No,
respect it. But man,
Prism
that ended
Shard,
close.
Sun Palace?
Yes,
Does
Prison
that
Shard
sound
was in
right?
the Sun Palace. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my next step after Geno, because like, I know I'm going to need levels. I don't want to grind. And honestly, my only hope is that I thought my only hope was that like you went and climbed Woe, got Magus Castle, and we're going, because I thought there was no way in the world that I was even close to you that entire seed.
Yeah, it was ridiculously close. By the way, I'm all in. You had the rainbow gun forever and never equipped it.
I equipped it eventually, and
Then-
it was a little late because then I realized that I didn't have to mega bomb everybody. I probably could have used the rainbow gun for about 700 damage, and it would have been about the same. So, whoops, that was not good gear selection on my part.
Yeah, it's a bit variable. So.
Because then I
Oh, not
wouldn't
the
have
Wonder.
to
Sorry,
have
it's the
managed
Rainbow.
magic as much or manage my MP. So that, minutes, seconds matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all in. You got your Goma just a little bit before Korenth there, and so it was very exciting to watch both of you tear through Omen and Tyranno.
It was really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I've never seen that done before.
Yeah, it was great to have that in a race, especially this late in the brackets for this I guess semifinal is this official one here.
Yeah. All I know is I feel dirty because I used the blue rock. I feel terrible now.
I do note your dislike of Blue Rock, but it was doing big damage. It was big.
It was. Also, I see why I still don't like Blue Rock, because so many times where you could use it, it's better to use Fire Tackle and something else.
It's a balance that you have to do there.
Yeah.
So I thought you did really great techniques there on the third Lavos fight, using Fire Tackle and Dark Bomb to push initial damage, and then Omega Flaring when the center bit was up, but the core was still vulnerable.
Yeah,
So
I was very frustrated because every once in a while you get this odd little quirk where the right bit doesn't drop its defense before reviving the center bit. I don't know what causes that, but I would love to see that go away sometime. So
near as I've seen, it's when I use items right afterwards, but I don't have evidence to support that. Like, that's just my guessing. So
that's interesting.
Requires a little bit. Like, if I've lost someone and I revive them at that point, I feel like it's more likely to happen.
Huh.
But sometimes it drops it. It just doesn't say it. Is what I think is happening.
Yeah. Because I was sitting here as well. He's like, all right, I'm ready to kill. I'm ready to go. Drop your defense. Oh, you just revived it. Fine. We'll use a Mega Flare and feel terrible about it.
So this was the first match. Obviously, we've got a second match coming up, being scheduled soon. Has that been scheduled yet? Do you know?
Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central, which is 6 Eastern,
right.
3 Pacific?
4 Pacific.
4 Pacific. Great.
Wait, no. Not if it's at 5 Central.
Yeah, if it's 5 Central, it's 4 Pacific.
No, Central's
No,
2
there's
hours.
Mountain in between.
Yeah,
so
there's 2 hours between Mountain or between Central and Pacific.
So if it's 6 Eastern, it's 3 Pacific. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, 3 Pacific.
So Wednesday, we'll have that next match, and hopefully we'll definitely see another exciting run between the two of you.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun to watch and commentate. Any last comments from you? I'm all in.
I think I'm good for the night. I'm happy. All in is for Nebraska, and just as an aside, men's basketball and women's basketball for Nebraska won today, so at least there's some consolation.
Anything from you, Korenth?
No, I'm looking forward to Wednesday night. Should be a great race again.
Yep. Well,
And
please
thanks
check
to you
out
guys
our...
for doing the commentary for us tonight.
No problem.
No-
This is always
no
fun
problem.
to do.
Thank you very much.
You
Yeah.
are very welcome.
Please follow the runners. We've got the links there. Go check them out, and go check out our Discord if you're interested in learning how to run. It's a really fun randomizer, and in my opinion, decently easy to pick up and start playing.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we're all really friendly.
Yeah, and a big thanks to Rithix for doing the tracking.
Yes, thank you, Rithix.
Yes, thank you.
All right, well, have a great evening, everyone. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. You're really welcome. Yeah, thanks for having us, and I hope you guys had a good evening. So with that, I will say, take care.